Have you tried to use workarounds to trick yourself into quitting smoking? Whether it was swapping vices or stalling until the store closed, Jeff struggled with this approach to quit chewing for many years, until he finally found the right trick at the right time and place. Enjoy Jeff's story here on the You Can Quit Smoking podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm here today with Jeff Smith. Jeff, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Jeff Smith, retired Master Sergeant, live in Las Vegas. About the only thing I do that's almost like work is a podcast, but it's just for fun. That's at vroomvroomveer.com. And I talk about life transitions and I laugh a lot. That's kind of like my job is to laugh on the show. I think that's it. I'm not really even a good host.
I beg to differ. I really enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah, and you had me laughing as the listener. So
okay, good. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Thanks for listening. I appreciate that.
No, it's a great show, and I'm just excited to talk with you. And you have so much energy and vibrancy to you, and I just am curious more about this side of you with chewing. What's your story with chewing?
Chewing goes way back for me. I don't know when, but sometime in middle school, and I'm dating myself now, so I don't mind doing that. But, it was way back before the internet.
Right on.
Yeah. So my brother is 3 years older than me, and he started chewing that baseball chew. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it comes in like a bag. It's like this loose leaf tobacco that's sort of dry and sort of moist. It's like tobacco, but like beef jerky. That's good. And baseball players would stick a big old chaw of it in their mouth and then leave it there while they're playing baseball. That's back in the day. They don't do that anymore. That's where my brother started. Well, he was already in the mode of telling me what to do, like all the time.
Right.
And I would just do it. Or else he would beat me mercilessly.
Right.
So he got into this habit of telling me to go to the store and get him some more chip. And when he did that, he would give me like the last of the old bag of chew. And then me and my buddies would chew that and get like high and giggle and think it was funny. That's how it started. And then it just sort of progressed from there.
What did it feel like when you first started trying it?
Well, I don't know about smoking, so you can answer that question for me because I never really got into smoking. Like, I don't think I ever properly inhaled a cigarette. So does smoking a cigarette give you like a little buzz? Does it make you feel like a little drunk or high?
Yeah, it can be very intense on the first time, though.
Yeah. You get that with chew, especially the first time. So like, I wasn't doing it all that often. Every time I did it, even a little bit, I got a little bit drunk or high or whatever you call that. We used to call it buzzed. Yeah. I don't know if kids say that anymore, but yeah.
I think it's still hip.
Okay, cool. All right. We got a little buzz. So I think that was the sort of like, you feel like a grown-up when you're a kid. Mm-hmm. Because all the other grown-ups are doing things that make them get a buzz. So that was it. Innocent experimentation that turns into a horrible habit.
Right. Did you get sick at all?
Maybe like the sickest I ever got would be like, not like throw up, but like dizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm asking because the one and only time I've ever chewed, I threw up immediately. So
yeah, I've seen people do that.
Yep.
You have to be careful, right? Like if you have zero experience and you don't know what you're doing, you could totally throw up. I got lucky.
Yeah.
I think maybe I was observing and, like I don't do anything lightly. Mm-hmm. So I probably asked a million questions. Do you swallow it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't know that, right, if you don't know you're not supposed to swallow it, then, that can cause you to throw up.
So how did the habit develop from there then?
Well, that lasted into high school. And then at some point, I don't know when, I started buying my own. And eventually also I went from the bag of the loose stuff to like more of like a can of Skoal in different varieties. It was always something wintergreen usually. And that was all through high school, almost all of Air Force time for me because I was in the Air Force 20 years. But I did quit on and off. There's a funny story. You want to hear a funny story about this? So I wasn't even thinking about quitting. But at some point in my life, I thought, chewing tobacco is really gross and disgusting because you're spitting and there's these like cups around and you got to grab a can and it's just gross. And then I said to myself, but there's no secondhand smoke. So I'm probably not sharing it with the world. I'm never going to spit on anybody, right?
Yeah.
So don't do that. Don't say those words because that's like a challenge to the universe or God or whoever else you might think is running this game that we live in, because I did end up spitting on somebody in the most horrible fashion ever through just weirdness. I was already a little drunk at a party. And there's me and a bunch of other people at the party. And we're driving my friend's boss and some other coworker to the airport. That's the setup. And we're in an SUV, and the SUV has a sunroof. And I have a hat on, and this is all going to make sense pretty soon. I have a hat on, and I'm chewing tobacco, and I'm spitting in a can. We're all laughing. We're all having a good time. And suddenly a gust of wind grabs my hat, and it's going to go out the sunroof. So I reach up to grab the hat. And as I do that, the spit and the tobacco that's been in that can forever gets sucked up in a vortex in that sunroof air and gets flung into the back seat.
Oh no.
I'm to everybody, like in their face and on their shirts. And it was just, I still like when it's like the worst thing I've ever done in my life. Maybe it's not like I did it on purpose. It's still my fault, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You can't say it's not your fault. You were there, you did it, right? So anyway, that was a big, strong motivator to say, aha, mostly like the spiritual, like, the universe got me. Aha, yes, you can.
You can bother someone with this. Yes.
You did spit on somebody.
That'd be pretty rough to be in the back seat, I think.
I asked the guy if he wanted me to buy him a new shirt. I mean, it was white, so the shirt was ruined. Yeah. I mean, and then they were all their eyes, they were crying. It was just horrible. It was horrible.
And I thought I had it rough as a kid with my parents smoking in the front seat, but I would rather take that than the spit in the eyes.
Right. A ruined shirt.
Yep.
Totally.
So let's talk about some of those times that you wanted to quit. So you're saying like, hey, this is messy.
Right.
What were some of the other reasons you wanted to quit?
Once I actually did quit, what it took was I decided I really wanted to quit. All those other times I was trying to quit and maybe didn't have a really good why. I was just like, let's see what I can do. I think tobacco is one of those things that you can't half-ass it. If you don't really in your heart want to quit, you're not gonna. Yeah, you really gotta wanna. So you gotta have a reason why that is true for you. That was true for me anyway. I'll tell a story about one time I was stationed in Japan overseas, and the only convenience store that sold tobacco was on base. So Japanese people don't have smokeless tobacco.
Okay.
So if I could make it to past 11 o'clock p.m. and there was no tobacco in the house, I had no way of getting it. So that made it easy.
Yeah.
Now I was scratching my eyes out until
right.
yeah. And then when later on down the road, when I quit again, I wasn't in Japan anymore. So, the world that we live in, every gas station on the planet has tobacco and they're all 24/7. So it's a lot harder to quit in the States. Yeah, I remember, I think the last time I really quit, or quit for good, I should say, I don't know. I had to have a strategy because for me, like the hardest part, I don't know about you, but it was like I was fine during the day. I would just keep myself busy and distracted. But then when I tried to go to sleep, I would just be like cold sweats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, laying there with the thoughts. It's the hardest thing. Yeah,
it is. And it's just like you think you're going to explode or something. I knew that wasn't true, but I didn't know what to do about it. Funny story. When I moved to Vegas from LA in 2017, my wife finished up her job and she spent several months back in LA quitting her job. And so I was in Vegas alone. I started chewing again, mostly because I was bored.
Yeah.
Right? You're looking for shit to do. I was drinking too much, chewing's not that bad, is it? So I got hooked again. This is going to sound stupid and funny, but I made myself too drunk to drive, so I couldn't go drive and buy more.
I've done that. Yep.
And it worked.
Yep.
The hardest night was the first night. And then every other night after that was a little bit easier. And then like by the third or fourth night, it's not that big of a deal anymore. So it's like there must be some sort of physical thing. It's like, it's like a 72-hour like withdrawal period where if you try to go to sleep, you're going to want to like scratch your eyes out. It's really hard. So anybody out there trying, we talked about this before the show. I've tried to get up other stuff. Like I'll say, okay, I don't want to drink as much. I don't want to quit drinking forever, but I want to take a break. No big deal. But tobacco, oh my God. Once you're hooked, even if you want to, it's a lot of work. To quit. Yeah. What was it like for you? I know everybody on the show knows already, but what was it like for you? How long did it take for you to quit?
Oh, it took 100 times.
Yeah. It takes a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yes, that's for sure.
Trying to quit for 10 years plus. It was not easy. I did get better at it the last 5 years, but I was just stuck where I was just always trying to quit. Every pack I bought was my last pack. I would go months.
And you really wanted to quit.
Yeah. I was about to lose my teeth. I was having surgeries and stuff and still smoking with stitches in my mouth.
Right.
You know, there's nothing that feels quite like that.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. It was very hard for me.
Like non-smokers just don't get it.
Yeah.
Non-tobacco people just don't get it. Tobacco is really rough. That feeling, that anxiety is just like, it feels like you're going to die or something.
Yeah. It's like survival. Absolutely.
And then you get that hit and you're like, okay, everything's okay.
Yeah. Until the guilt comes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you can just push through like 3 or 4 nights, then you're good. Maybe you have to have a phone a friend. Maybe there's a Smokers Anonymous or something.
Yeah, there's the helpline.
Yeah. Come over and hit me in the shoulder until I go to sleep. Hang out with me. Distract me. I don't know.
Yeah, I kept going through that. Like I got really good at that withdrawal phase that first few days. I got so good at that. But I would get tripped up later on, like the 3-week mark, the 3-month mark, because it was a psychological thing for me. That's what I knew it was a lot more than just the physical withdrawals. But yeah, it's hell those first few days. But I got used to it. We will get back to the conversation in just a moment. If you're listening to today's story and feeling a bit of that familiar tension in your own journey, I want to share a resource with you. We all know that a craving is just a temporary sensation, but when you are in the middle of it, that feeling can take up a lot of space. I put together a free mini course called How to Survive a Craving. It's a collection of specific tools and mindset shifts that I use to navigate those hard minutes and stay connected to my true desire to quit. You can grab it for free at honoryourheart.net/craving, so you have those tools ready for the next time you need them. Now, let's head back to today's episode.
I've heard that smoking is even more difficult than smokeless tobacco.
Huh.
I just heard that because you've got more of a ritual going on. Chewing tobacco it's basically just that one thing. You're putting some tobacco in your mouth. With smoking, there's this whole lifestyle thing. It's like there's a smoke break. You got to have a lighter. You got to have your pack that you open up. And there's this whole like ritual thing that goes along with addiction.
Yeah. I can see that, but I also see it with the smokeless too, because you gotta have the can. But
there's a ritual too.
Yeah. But you can do it more. I used to have friends that would do it at work or in class. Right. I was always jealous of them. But
yeah, it's easier to sneak.
Yeah, but people have that going on now with the vaping. They're able to vape wherever they are too, and that actually makes addiction even stronger in some ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I have a buddy that switched to vaping and then just stopped putting nicotine in his vape. Mm-hmm. So that works, I guess. I don't know if vaping nothing is good or bad, but it's not tobacco or nicotine, so that's got to be good.
Yeah, that's a path for some.
Right. Yeah.
So I want to go back to your why then, because you said you have to have a really strong why. What was that strong why for you?
I listened to a podcast. I think it was James Altucher. He was a pretty famous podcaster around 2014, like a self-helpy guy. Mm-hmm. And he said at some point, he was like, I'm at that age now where I just want to like have a simple life and focus on figuring out how to keep myself healthy because I like being alive.
Yeah. That's a change.
Yeah. I think I was like, yeah, me too. I wanted to clean up my diet. There was a long list of things, mm-hmm. right? And tobacco is just kind of hanging around, I'm here. And I'm like, it's really bad. There's nothing good about alcohol either, but in small doses, it's not like the end of the world as long as you're not hooked. If it's not bad, it really is. I wouldn't mind quitting now. I'm at that point, but I haven't gotten my why straightened out yet. We'll put that on the back burner. I still like all this beer. But yeah, I think tobacco just got to that point where I was like, the last time I quit, I was like, I really don't want to go back. And like I said in the beginning, my brother still chews. I go home a couple times a year and I see family. He's there, he's chewing, and he usually gives me a chew. And if I take it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I've heard though that smokers will relapse if they go to bars and stuff. Have you smoked since you quit? No. Good for you.
I could.
Congratulations.
I believe in moderation, but I don't. Yeah. I don't play with fire. I'm done.
I'm with you.
Part of it's just I don't want it, like you said. It's like I can just imagine what it would feel like.
It's really hard to quit. Yeah, especially if it gets you.
Yeah. And I don't really have any desire most of the time.
Yeah.
The only times I have cravings are when I'm in a really bad place mentally. So that's my link there. Sense. And then I talk myself out of hurting myself because it's not going to help. So yeah.
It is all of those things. I think like one of my best definitions I heard about what addiction is you've only got one way to feel good.
Right. Yeah.
right? It's like, I don't feel right and I need to feel good. And this is the only way I know how to do it.
And I need it
right?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it gives you that like, it just lets you relax. It doesn't make you a bad person.
No, not at all.
Yeah, not at all. No, it just means like I think tobacco is particularly has like some sort of wiring that plant wants you in its life.
Tethers,
right?
yeah.
And it's evolved to get you hooked.
Yeah, but I feel like it's true with addiction anyway. That's a really profound way to put it. I like that because I feel like we lose so much of our imagination and creativity when we're in addiction. Like you said, it's like this one thing for every time. And we lose that ability to like, well, let's try something different. Ooh, maybe that feels even better. Maybe that has a longer effect. Maybe I won't feel that right away, but I'll feel that later and think myself.
And there's so many really cool alternatives too. I know I think you mentioned meditation, right? Helped you?
Yeah, it did.
Meditation totally helped me, especially like lately. You can kind of build a I'm okay muscle, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. It's like if you go and sit, I'm using an app. And if I would say like be panicked and trying to quit chew now, I would meditate for sure. In that panic moment, I know meditation, it might not be the answer, but it would definitely give me an hour of peace at least.
And so something new to go to. Absolutely.
Yeah. Another thing that can let you just relax and be okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Meditation was huge for me. That's when I started really making those links between my internal world and me reaching for something outside of myself, like help,
Totally.
like you said,
Totally.
I want to feel good.
Yeah.
So
I need to feel good.
So I started working from the inside out, and that made all the difference for me. It's like, wait, I don't need to run away from this. I can actually face this head on. So meditation was very hard for me in the beginning. It still is hard some days.
It's always hard. It's always hard. I mean, it's hard until you just realize that the only bad meditation is the one you don't do.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, don't worry about what happens. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm listening to a guy talk on the app, and I would say maybe one time out of 4, I'm totally in my head, in my thoughts, and I don't even hear a word he says. I still just keep going.
Yeah. Like you said.
Do it again tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Work on that muscle.
I screwed that up that day. I was really excited about playing my game today or whatever.
Yeah.
All I was doing was thinking, and he was talking and I wasn't listening. Oh, well, I'll do better tomorrow.
Yeah, and just awareness of what's even going on in there, because I feel like we just go on autopilot, and that's part of like smoking. It's just like you just stick it in, light it up. You're not even aware of the thoughts that are going on in your head. And I feel like meditation, like you at least have that. Ooh, I'm really busy today.
Right.
That's interesting. So it helps you take stock of yourself and have that connection with yourself, because that's how I frame addiction, is a disconnection from yourself.
Yes, it's like you're narrowing your complete choices to one thing
and missing those needs that you really have. I don't know about you, but I used to, when I was hungry, I would smoke. Like I had inappropriate response to all my needs, like it's just like any problem, smoking. That's the answer.
Well, like if you're trying to lose weight, smoking doesn't have any calories,
Yep.
right? That's another thing that happens all the time when you're playing like one vice against another vice.
Yep.
I'm trying to lose weight, so I'll smoke.
Yep.
I'm trying to quit drinking, so I'll chew.
Yep.
It's like you're just playing games with yourself.
It feels awful. Those highs and those lows. It's just wears you out so much quicker.
One of the things that really got me to think about it was, I don't know why, because I was deep years into chewing, and it started hitting me, that buzz started hitting me like really, really hard at weird times. I would have to spit out the chew, sit down, maybe even take a nap. I was that hit by the dose. And I don't know why. That was one thing that was like, what are they doing to chew? What happened? Why did I get, I've been doing this for years. I should be tolerant, right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I would have a chew, ordinary chew, not big, not small, ordinary chew. And I would just be like, I'm going to pass out. That was one of the drivers of quitting, right?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they did something to it. I don't know.
Well, it wears down your system so much. They get tired. They're like, come on,
maybe.
I don't want to do this anymore.
I heard this other story about not necessarily tobacco, but other harder drugs. In that I can't remember this doctor's name, but he was on a podcast. He was talking about how like drug addicts that overdose, the reason why they get sick and maybe die or have a really bad health reaction isn't the dose itself. It's for whatever reason that time they skipped their pre-dosing ritual. So what happens when you're doing your pre-dosing ritual is your brain is going, oh shit, it's coming. And your brain's like on its own down regulates all of these systems in your brain and your body to get ready for that hit. So when you skip all of that, the brain doesn't know it's coming and then it hits you really hard. So maybe that's what I was doing. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, but I was like, amazed like how amazing our bodies are. It's like they know more about you than you do.
Yeah, and it just goes to show the mental aspect of it too. It's so huge. So
Right.
what are some of the gains that you've noticed since quitting, either physical, mental, emotional?
First off, I haven't spit on anybody.
Number one, yeah.
It's just a disgusting habit. So there's that. I don't really miss it, to be honest with you, once you get over it. I guess teeth cleaner. When you smoke or chew, your teeth are always gross. Bad breath. Chew is really expensive. So I saved a lot of money. Psychologically, I didn't like being addicted to something. I think that was the key feature of benefit for me. All the other things were secondary. I just didn't like being a slave to this thing.
Yeah, it's hard on you.
It is. It's like, I got to have it. Oh, no. I can't. I can't let that be, you know?
And you talked about it being so difficult, especially like in those initial few days.
Yes.
What has come from that, from doing something that difficult? Has that changed the way you see yourself?
Yeah. I think like the volume of everything, like you were talking about, like being hungry, right?
Yeah.
I started playing around with intermittent fasting. I don't recommend it, but you know, if you want to try it, try it. But somebody suggests, try this. Not a whole lot of protocol. I did it. I get hungry. And then I remember the guy saying like, being hungry is not bad. It's okay. I mean, it'll take you like a month to die or 3 months, right? As long as you can drink and breathe, you're not going to die from not eating for a very long time. You can go with not eating a whole day and it's like not even a big deal, right? You just feel hungry. And to be honest, you really don't even feel hungry that long. So you want to like have a little bit of food if you want to drive.
Right. Need to focus, yeah.
Because you don't want to get lightheaded while you're driving. Safety tip, but just have a protein bar or something. So I think quitting a really hard thing would help me like do the next thing.
Yeah.
You know, get off sugar, try a new thing. Nothing's harder than quitting tobacco. So everything is better after that.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely makes challenges less daunting.
totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, somebody that's in it right now, they're chewing, they want to stop. Maybe they've stopped before and come back.
Right.
They're not feeling really great about themselves or about the effort. What words of advice would you have for them?
Well, first off, I would say sympathy. Been there. So don't get down on yourself. First off, you really have to want to quit. You can't half-ass it. I said that already. I half-assed it for a long time. It's got to be your reason, and it has to be something you're feeling for real. Like you really want to. And then even when you really want to, it's still hard. You're going to have a plan. Now, you know, don't do like me and get so drunk you can't possibly allow yourself to drive. But yeah, just have a plan and then get through the first week or so, maybe 3 days. The first night's going to be really hard going to sleep. I get it. Plan something. Do a getaway where there aren't any stores. Go out in the woods. I don't know. All right. If I were to, God forbid, start chewing again, maybe I would do that. Go somewhere where there are no convenience stores. Atop of a mountain or something. Yeah, I'm not a good advice guy, but like just know that it's a hard thing that you're trying to do and don't give up. Just keep doing it and you'll get through it.
No, that's great advice. And
Yeah.
I think it's just encouraging to know that, you know, you can get to a point that you don't want it anymore. And once you get over
Right.
that hurdle.
Yeah, once you've decided that you honestly want to quit to yourself, then you just make a plan. And it's not going to be easy. But knowing that, you know, once you get through it, then you've done a really hard thing, that feels great.
Irreplaceable. Best feeling.
Feels great. Yes. You can put that on your, I don't give a shit who knows this. I know it and it's awesome. Check.
Love that. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your podcast? How can people get in touch with you?
Sure. Just go to the webpage. I'm not a very socially active person on the socials, but you can social me if you want to. There's an email address on the website if you want to email me. It's jeff@vroomvroomveer.com. It's vroomvroomveer.com or VVER.com. Talk a lot about life transitions from when you were on autopilot to then you woke up and decided you wanted to quit chewing or smoking or sugar or whatever. Yeah, we talk about all of it, not just smoking or tobacco, but anytime that your life was going one way and suddenly it changed.
It's a great show. I think it's a lot different than self-improvement shows I've listened to before. It's a lot lighter. It's real.
Okay. Yes.
It's very
Okay.
real, but it's like funny somehow. Like you bring out both sides of it, because as serious as things can get, they can also be hilarious. So I really appreciate
Totally.
that.
You have to laugh when you're in that shitty space.
Yeah.
You have to give yourself a break. You can't avoid being in a shitty place when you're in a shitty place, but you can take breaks. Give yourself a break.
Definitely. So I just have a lot of appreciation for your work and your story, and you doing the hard thing and laughing about it now and learning a lot from it along the way. So thank you for coming on here, for talking to us, and for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thanks for having me on. It was a blast.
Well, right on. Take care, everyone. I'll see you next week. We just heard how Jeff almost made a game out of quitting by setting the board in a way where he temporarily couldn't buy more chew. After many frustrating, unsuccessful attempts, Gareth also found his way out of smoking by making a game of it. His approach focuses more on the thrill of every win and building a streak he didn't want to break. Hear how Gareth finally moved past the habit in episode 31 of You Can Quit Smoking.